I gave my family 2 months' notice for my wedding. 2 full months. Not a rushed invite. Not a last-minute plan. I called them personally. First my mother. Amy, the wedding is on June 12th, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. There was a short pause. Oh, that soon? She replied. Not really, I said gently. I've been planning it for a while. She murmured. We'll see. We'll see. I ignored the feeling that came with those words. Then I called my father. Abu, I wanted to tell you myself. I'm getting married next month. He didn't sound surprised. Okay, he said. Send the details. That was it. No questions. No excitement. Just information. Still, I told myself not to overthink it. Families show love differently, right? My younger brother didn't even pick up. He texted later. Congrats. Busy these days. We'll try. We'll try. I stared at that message longer than I should have. But I kept going. Because I wanted them there. Not for tradition. Not for appearances. But because they were my family. Growing up, I wasn't the favorite. That was obvious. My siblings were easier. Smarter. Less complicated. I was the one who argued. The one who made different choices. The one who left home early to figure things out alone. But I still believed one thing. When it mattered, family shows up. So I kept calling over the next few weeks. Checking in. Reminding them. Making sure everything was clear. Each time, the responses were the same. Let's see. We'll try. Inshallah. No one said no. But no one said yes either. My fiancé noticed it before I admitted it. Are they coming? She asked one evening while we were finalizing the guest list. They will? I said. She didn't argue, but she didn't look convinced either. As the wedding got closer, something strange happened. They stopped bringing it up completely. No questions about the venue. No questions about the ceremony. No discussion about clothes, travel, anything. It was like the wedding didn't exist. A week before the wedding, I made one last call. This time, I didn't hint. I asked directly, Amy, are you coming? Silence. Then she said it. Beta, it's difficult. My chest tightened. Difficult how? Your sister has exams, she said, and your father has work. I swallowed. The wedding is one day. I know, she replied, but things are complicated. Complicated. I nodded slowly, even though she couldn't see me. Okay, I said. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't try to convince anyone anymore. Because in that moment, I understood something clearly. They weren't unsure. They had already decided. The wedding day came. Everything was ready. The venue was decorated. Guests started arriving. Music played softly in the background. I stood there, greeting people, smiling, shaking hands. But every few minutes, my eyes moved toward the entrance, waiting, hoping. Maybe they'll come late. Maybe something changed. Maybe they didn't. The ceremony started, then ended. Still no sign of them. No call. No message. Nothing. At some point, my phone buzzed. I looked at it quickly. A message from my brother. Sorry, couldn't make it. Busy here. That was all. I locked my phone and put it away. I didn't react. I didn't show anything. Because by then, I had already stopped expecting. But later that night, after the guests left, after the music stopped, after everything went quiet, I finally learned the real reason they didn't come. And it wasn't exams, or work, or anything complicated. It was something much simpler, and much harder to accept that it was close to midnight when everything finally went quiet. The hall was empty, decorations half taken down, chairs pushed aside, the kind of silence that comes after a long day ends. I was sitting alone, near the stage, when my phone buzzed again. Another message. This time from my cousin. I didn't know how to tell you earlier. I frowned slightly and opened it. But your family didn't come because of what Kala said. My chest tightened. What do you mean? I typed back. The reply came after a few seconds. She told everyone the wedding wasn't appropriate. I stared at the screen. Not appropriate. My fingers moved slowly. Why? There was a pause. Then, because you didn't marry where they wanted. The words felt heavier than anything said all day. I leaned back in the chair, staring at the ceiling. It wasn't about exams. It wasn't about work. It wasn't even about distance. It was about control. I typed again. So they chose not to come? This time, the reply came quickly. Yes, they decided as a family. I let the phone drop onto the table beside me. For a long time, I didn't move. Moments from childhood started replaying in my mind. The small disagreements, the expectations, the subtle pressure to follow a certain path. Study this, choose that, marry here. And when I didn't, they didn't argue. They didn't fight. They simply stepped back, quietly, completely. I always thought that distance was temporary, that one day when something important happened, they would come back. But tonight proved something else. They weren't waiting. They had already drawn the line. I heard footsteps behind me. My wife walked over and sat beside me quietly. She didn't ask anything at first. She had seen enough during the day. They didn't come, did they? She said softly. I shook my head. No. She waited a moment. Do you know why? I exhaled slowly. Yeah. And I looked at her. They didn't agree with us, I said. She didn't seem surprised. Just calm. Okay, she replied. That was it. No anger. No judgment. Just acceptance. And somehow, that made things clearer. I looked around the empty hall one last time, at the place where I had stood hours earlier, waiting for people who never planned to show up. Then I looked at her, the one person who did, and in that moment, something shifted inside me. Not anger, not sadness, just understanding. Family isn't always the people who are supposed to be there. Sometimes it's the ones who actually are.